Hello friends, in this video lecture we will see what is data encapsulation associated with OSI reference model. Here in OSI reference model we have seen that there are 7 layers, that is application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer and physical layer from top to bottom, and data associated with each layer is data 7, data 6, data 5, data 4, data 3, data 2 and data 1 from top to bottom. And as far as the sending of data is concerned, there is flow of data from top to bottom, means from application layer to the physical layer, and at receiver end there is flow of data from bottom to top, that is from physical layer to the application layer. Now let's see what is data encapsulation. Here you can see this is sender side and this one is the receiver side. Here in this diagram you can see that source, which is sender, sends data to destination, that is receiver. It seems that there is direct communication between sender and receiver, but actual flow of data is here in this manner from application layer to the physical layer, and physical layer of the sender is connected with physical layer of the receiver. This communication can be direct communication or through intermediate nodes like router, switches or any networking devices. So either in a wired manner, that uses wired media, or in a wireless manner. So this data encapsulation is basically process of wrapping data at each layer at sender side and unwrapping the relevant data at the receiver end. Means here at sender side there is addition of data at each layer, and at receiver end there is removal of data at each layer. At sender side there is flow of data from top to bottom, and at receiver side there is a flow of data from bottom to top. Here this is sender side and the flow of data is here from top to bottom. You can say at sender side user interacts with application layer, that is layer 7. This application layer adds its own information in the form of header 7, that is H7, and data at application layer becomes data 7 and H7, that is header associated with the application layer. Now this application layer wrap this data, that is data 7 and H7, and sends this wrap data to lower layer, that is presentation layer, through interface between application layer and the presentation layer by means of interlayer communication. Interlayer communication is basically communication between two adjacent layers within same system, as we have seen in the previous videos. Then next layer, that is layer number 6, is the presentation layer, adds its own information in the form of header 6, that is H6, and then data at presentation layer is data 6 plus header 6, that is H6, which is wrapped and sent to next layer through interface, and the next layer is session layer, that is layer number 5. Then layer number 5, that is session layer, adds its own information in the form of header 5, that is H5. Then data at session layer is data 5 plus header 5, which is wrapped and sent to the next layer through interface, that is through interlayer communication between session layer and the transport layer, which is lower layer. This transport layer adds its own information in the form of header 4, Then data at transport layer is data 4 plus header 4, which is wrapped together and it's sent to next lower layer, that is network layer, through interface between transport layer and the network layer by means of interlayer communication. Now at network layer, there is addition of its own information in the form of header 3, that is H3, and data at network layer is wrapped together, that is H3 and the data 3, and sent to the lower layer, that is known as data link layer, which is layer number 2. Then data link layer adds its own information in the form of header 2, that is H2, and tailer 2, and this wrap data is sent to the physical layer. You have to keep in mind that data link layer is the only layer in OSI reference model that adds header and trailer at the same time, and this wrap data is sent to the physical layer, that is data 2 plus H2 and T2. Then physical layer, which is the bottom most layer in the OSI reference model, adds its own information in the form of header 1 and send that data into transmission media, which further sends data to physical layer of the receiver. Here in this diagram, you can see there is flowing of data from top to bottom in this manner, and physical layer of the sender is connected with the physical layer of the receiver. Means your data is here at this stage, and it seems that there is direct communication between source and the destination, but actual communication is happened here at sender side from top to bottom, and at receiver end from bottom to top. Now let's check the receiver side. At sender side, we have seen that there is addition of data at each layer, and at receiver end there is removing of data, that is unwrapping of data at each layer. So data is received here at physical layer of the receiver. So at receiver side there is unwrapping of data at each layer, as I have told you. We can say that there is removing of corresponding header and tailer at each layer in the bottom to top manner. Means physical layer removes information in the form of header 1, that is H1, which was added by physical layer of the sender. Then remaining data is sent to next layer, that is data link layer. This data link layer removes header 2 and tailer 2, which were added by the data link layer of sender. Then remaining data is sent to next layer, which is upper layer, that is network layer. Network layer removes information in the form of header 3, which was added by network layer of the sender, and remaining data is sent to upper layer, that is transport layer. Transport layer removes information in the form of H4, that is header 4, which was added by the transport layer of sender. Then that remaining data is sent to session layer, that is layer number 5. This session layer removes information in the form of header 5, and remaining data is sent to presentation layer. Presentation layer removes information in the form of header 6, which was added by presentation layer of the sender, and remaining data is sent to next layer, which is last layer at the receiver end, that is application layer. Application layer removes information in the form of header 7, and send remaining data to the user, that is receiver. Means here in this diagram you can see at sender side there is addition of header at each layer and addition of trailer at data link layer, and corresponding headers and trailer are removed by the corresponding layer at receiver end. Means here H7 is added by the application layer and that H7 is removed by the application layer. So there is a wrapping of data at sender side and there is unwrapping of data at receiver side. So this complete process is known as data encapsulation. If you like this video, stay connected here with this channel. In next video lecture, we will see working and responsibilities of each layer in the OSI reference model. Thank you for watching.